Hello. Slipjoint knives are nowadays often used or mostly used for legal reasons. So it means that you're not allowed to carry a locking knife, but some people also just like slip joints as a concept, so that's okay too. So today I will present my top 5 slip joints, and as you can see here I have 7 knives, so 2 didn't make it into the top 5. These 2 namely, first of all, the Spyderco Roadie. It was Spyderco's idea to make a small knife that would get approval by the TSA in the US, but that didn't work out. But still, it's a nice little knife, and in combination with a small lanyard you can make it a 4-finger knife. But what I didn't like about this knife, that the blade is not only short and also not very wide, but very thick. So the thickness to width ratio is not very good. So it's not only limited by its short length, but also by its too thick blade for its size. So it's not a good performer overall. And for such a small knife, you would expect it to be a better slicer, which it isn't. So didn't make it. This knife might be surprised that it did make it into the top 5. The Manly Comrade. It's a great value for money, especially in the CPM 154 version, and it's a great performer, but for 2 reasons it didn't get into the top 5. First of all, it's too big for slip joint, and slip joints are generally used when you're either legally not allowed to carry a bigger knife or a locking knife, or when it's socially not acceptable. And when you're talking about social acceptance, this is quite a big knife for slip joint. And another thing that bugs me more than it should is this, the 4 stops when opening and closing. It's really annoying, and it's absolutely not necessary, and therefore, I'm sorry, but you're not going into the top 5. So now we're getting to the actual top 5. Number 5, here we have the Victorinox Pioneer, but it basically stands for any Victorinox Swiss Army knife. I mean, it's obvious that one Swiss Army knife would get into top 5 based on their long tradition, good performance, reliability, and also the versatility, because you don't only get a knife but a lot of other tools as well. So yeah, number 5. On number 4, a relatively new knife for me, and already in the top 5. You've seen my review maybe. This is the Boker Plus BB, and this is a personal thing to me. This knife is not for everyone. It's a small or short but chubby knife, very thick blade, so it's not for everyone. But this is probably the closest that I will ever get to a Vox Bumblebee. So yeah, for me, this is the reason why it made it into the top 5. Another Vox collaboration, this time together with Enzo, the Spyderco Pingo. For the international cooperation alone, it deserved a place into the top 5. So it's an American company, Spyderco. The knife is produced in Magnago in Italy. It was designed by 2 Danish knife makers, Jesper Voxnes and Jens Anso, and the steel is N690 Böhler from Austria. So yeah, but not only that, I liked the clever design. So even though it's a 3-finger, but it mostly works as a 4-finger knife, it's very safe, good slicer, and also very important for slip joint. It's absolutely non-aggressive and sheeple friendly, as you would say. No one gets scared of the Pingo. So absolutely deserved its place in the top 5 on number 3. On number 2 you have the Enzo PK70. Again, I made a review about it. It's almost flawless for a slip joint. Great materials, carbon fiber S30V, great deep carry pocket clip, nice thin blade, great performer, good ergonomics. The only maybe small downside is that there's almost no transition from the handle to the blade, so if you have a stabbing motion you could slip, but this is a slip joint, it's not meant to be a weapon, and that's the point of the slip joints, that they are not supposed to be aggressive, so this is not really a downside for this knife. Yeah, so overall great knife, but still didn't make it on the number 1 spot, and my number 1 is quite obvious, at least for me. It's the Navette. And the main reason is because I basically designed the knife. Well, not really, but I chose all the components to my liking on their configurator, so it feels like I designed the knife, and it makes it very personal. So from the blade to the handles to the liners to the backspacer, everything on this knife was my personal decision. And I think more knife makers should enable their customers to customize their knife when they buy it. And it also feels great in hand. It's not obviously not a hard use knife, but it's a very elegant, fine blade and very smooth in the hand. So this is my number 1. Thanks for watching.